How many ideas do you have throughout the day? Every day. Maybe it's something that you want to start and create, or maybe you see the way something's done over here, but you've got this idea to make it so much better. Now answer the question, how many of those ideas do you actually take action on and follow through? Now let's go one level deeper. How many of you have something in your life that you know you want to change so badly? You want to change it. You want to be better at this or stop doing that. And you know there are certain actions that you need to take, but you just can't seem to take those actions. You just can't seem to follow through. So I'm going to share two concepts. I'm going to kind of merge these together for you because both of them are just extremely powerful. And this is going to change your day. Hopefully it'll change your life as well for the better. But I promise you, this is going to change your day because you're going to make a decision at some point throughout today to step out and do that thing. And then you're going to be like, wow, that actually worked. So the first thing is called the 5-second rule. The concept behind this is as soon as you get that idea, as soon as that thing pops in your brain, you've got about 5 seconds to take action to implement it. If you do not, then there's that part in our brain, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, that just shuts it down. Now, the 5-second rule actually comes from a woman by the name of Mel Robbins. And in short, her life was in shambles at one point. And she was trying to get out of this rut and just couldn't do it. She was reading all these books and listening to all the self-help audio and that sort of thing. And she woke up one morning and just counted backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, do it. She counted backwards from 5 to 1 and just in that instant decided, okay, I need to do this now. And she started following this rule. Every time she gets that little nudge to do something, she just counts backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as I listen to this, I'm like, you know, this is something that I've done in the past and you've done in the past as well. Probably didn't realize it, but you get that idea, you had that little nudge, and you know that nudge I'm talking about. That nudge is more like a piercing knife going into your heart. It's like, do this now. And there's been times in your life where you've done it. It's like, okay, I've got to do this right now because I know if I don't do it now, if I don't take action, it will not happen. Here's the thing though, guys. Here's what we struggle with. All these things that we get throughout the day in our mind that we know we need to do, to be working on, we often let that 5 seconds pass. What happens is the lizard part of our brain takes over, and this is where we get to talk about lizards. I love lizards, by the way. We have a bunch of tiny little baby lizards on our patio right now. They're really cool, but they have teeny tiny brains. And the brain of a lizard, and this is something I just learned from one of the most successful marketers on the planet, Seth Godin. Seth Godin explains how the lizard brain works. It's based on survival, fear, and safety, and of course, you know, wanting to procreate. That's the teeny tiny brain of a lizard. And that's what separates us from most animals. You know, they have a teeny tiny brain. It's built on survival. Our brains, however, are more complex. We get these ideas and we have the ability to act on them and so forth. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know all the science because I don't, but the point is our brains are much more complex and we have far more capability to make the world a great place, a better place, and to do great things with our lives and to act. Whereas a lizard, tiny little brain, is based on survival. So what happens in that 5 seconds? As that 5 seconds diminishes, as we get closer to that countdown, the final countdown, that's a Europe pun, that lizard part of our brain kicks in. And that lizard part of our brain, remember, it's based on survival. And it says, well, no, that's really not a good idea. No, it's gonna fail because you just don't really have the time for that. No, because it's just not gonna work. You know, so-and-so is gonna think this of it, or it's just a bad idea. Don't do it. Just stay in the safe zone. Just survive. Just exist. Just be. And we allow that to kick in, and it just kills the whole plan. Now, maybe that idea comes back tomorrow or a week from now. But once you pass it the first time, and you guys know what I'm talking about, you know, because you experience this, we all do, myself included, it's unlikely that it will happen at that point. And that's why it is so crucial, it is imperative that we act right away. When you get that idea in your head, or when you get that nudge, I shouldn't even say idea, because we get ideas all the time. Not all of them are good ones, but when you get that little nudge inside, that little piercing of the soul, that piercing of the heart, it's like, I need to do this. That's when you have those 5 seconds. You count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just like Mel Robbins says, just like she does in her own life, which I was very fascinated. I'll leave a link to the video that I watched in the link to this video here. Let you guys check that out if you want. But I was just fascinated by it. I'm like, such a simple concept. And of course, you can go on and on for days, but I mean, just grasp the concept. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Say you want to get out of bed early and start training, start working out in the early mornings. 4:30 a.m. rolls around, your alarm clock goes off, and you're like, I don't know if I should do this today. You know, I'm feeling kind of tired, and I could really use that extra hour of sleep. No, 5, 4, 3. I was going to try to count backwards. I was having trouble doing that. Anyway, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your butt out of bed. Get out. You've got 5 seconds to do it. Do it. When that song idea, I know a lot of you watching this are songwriters and musicians, when that song idea pops in your head, or you've got an idea to write a book or a blog post or whatever it may be, maybe you're a painter and you've got this idea in your head that you want this canvas to look a certain way. You've got 5 seconds to stop what you're doing and go do that thing right now. Now, let's go back to that lizard brain, because there's a couple things that the lizard brain tells us. One, it wants to just shut the idea down altogether. If we let that 5 seconds pass by, the little lizard speaks and he says, no, don't do it. Stay in the safe zone. This isn't going to work, and here's 102 reasons why it won't work. And you will literally tell yourself all these reasons. Those reasons are lies, by the way. But the little lizard brain, it has another evil little tactic that I'm about to share with you, which you're fully aware of, by the way. But I'm just going to make it known. Sometimes we start acting within that 5 seconds. Let's say you're a songwriter, you know, you've got the lyrics in your head, so you take the action, you write them down, then you immediately start working on the melodies. Maybe you go into your home studio, because we all have the capability to make music at home these days, and you record the guitar tracks, you record the vocal line for it. Then you get stuck on the drums. You're like, well, I don't play drums, and I can't really afford to hire a drummer. The lizard brain kicks in and says, I told you before you started this project that you can't do it because you don't have the resources, or you don't have this, or you don't have the talent, or you don't have the knowledge, or whatever it may be. Now, of course, some of you musicians are saying, but Jason, I don't have a drum set, I don't play drums, and I'm broke. I can't afford to hire a drummer. Number one, go ask your friends and family, tell them, hey, I've got to release a song. I need X amount of money to do it. Will you help fund my project? You might be surprised that Uncle Fester, well, let's not say Uncle Fester, but Uncle somebody or Aunt somebody forks over the couple $100 you need to hire the drummer. You're set, you're good. Or you give yourself a timeline and give yourself 6 months to build a small audience on a Facebook business page and then run a crowdfunding campaign. Or you reach out to 50 different drummers and say, hey, how can we make this happen? Can we barter? Can I record guitar tracks for you and then you record drums for me and call it even? So I just gave you 3 simple ways to overcome that challenge that your little lizard brain is saying, you can't do this. This is the same concept if you want to start a business. And I know I talk about that a lot because I'm very passionate about people starting something on their own. Even if you have a regular job, I'm not saying go quit your job, but I love to see people start something on the side, start a passion project, and just start making movement on that every single day and making that happen, because I really believe that the world just becomes a better place when we're all doing the things that we're truly passionate about, and that we can give back to the world, give back to society, and just pursue that thing that we know deep inside that we're meant to pursue in this one tiny little lifetime that we get. That was just a side note. Now, I want you to do something today. I want you to go through the rest of today after you watch this video, or if you're watching it at night, maybe the next day, and I want you to come back and comment on this video and tell me what you took action on. What was it that you did today that you knew you had the 5 seconds that was counting down very quickly, because 5 seconds goes by very fast, and you thumped away that little lizard brain voice that keeps telling you that no, you can't do it, and here's all the reasons why you can't do it, and you took action. What did you do? What's that one awesome thing that you took action on today? So leave that in the comments of this video. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to check out the links in the description of this video as well. I've got links going to the references that I used in this video from Mel Robbins and Seth Godin. And of course, there's links to go listen to my music, which I always appreciate you guys supporting my music. You're supporting independent metal music when you do that. So thank you so much for that. Until the next video, keep it metal.